Hello, welcome to the instructions for Module 10. Module 10 will be covering Chapter 9 of your textbook, and the topic for Chapter 9 is prosocial behavior. Before we talk about prosocial behavior, let's briefly go through the assignments for this module. You will be completing your module discussion board and peer responses. You will also be taking a Module 10 quiz. Located within this module is your Unit 3 video response. Unit 3 video response is going to be some of the original footage from Milgram's obedience experiment. Some of the footage of that video is a little bit glitchy. Just bear with me on that. I really liked the video because it involved Milgram's own explanations and included original footage from the obedience study. So I thought that was important. Make sure you complete your video response on time to avoid any late point deductions. Let's take a look at some of the ideas within Chapter 9. When we're thinking about prosocial behavior, oftentimes students think this means behaving in positive ways. That can be true. I want you to think about something a little bit more complex than just good behavior. Instead, I want you to think of prosocial behavior as something that does help others, but holds the social function of helping to create group harmony. Because humans are cultural animals and they have a need for social interaction and the need to belong, humans are oftentimes pushed to behave in ways that might not necessarily reflect who they are. This is just the beginning of these topics as we move through Unit 3. We do have typical forms of prosocial behavior that involve trust and forgiveness, but then we also have examples of prosocial behavior that involve conformity and obedience. Typically, when we are conforming or obeying, it follows prosocial standards. There is this interesting situation where humans are wanting to preserve group integrity and behave in prosocial ways, but obedience or conformity actually ends up either physically or psychologically hurting other people. A lot of this classic research that comes out of conformity and obedience is a reflection of the psychological field after World War II. So as you read through the pages of this chapter, consider the idea of maintaining group harmony as prosocial behavior, even though this could potentially involve behaviors that are not necessarily considered positive. Okay, I will see you back in the instructions for Module 11.